Legs crossed, hands onto your knees, and just kind of drop the weight of the seat bones into the mat. So lift tall through the crown of the head. Seat bones down. And as the seat bones push down, spine is kind of trying to lift up and lengthen. So you have these two opposing forces. So a pushing and a rooting down, and a lifting and lengthening up. Shoulders are soft, away from the ears. And just see if you can drop the shoulders even a little bit more. Notice if you're holding them slightly. Widen across the collarbones might mean a slight squeeze through the back of the shoulders. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. So just find your own rhythm with the breath. Doesn't have to match mine. Long and easy breath. A full breath, so into the top of the lungs, the bottom of the lungs, even down into the belly. And then take your fingertips out. Reach your fingertips as far as they'll go. So there's already a bit of a stretch into the arms, into the biceps. And then you're going to let your head go over to the right. Feel that stretch into the left side of the neck. So still sat nice and tall. It's just the neck slightly leaning over to the right. Stretch out that left side. Chin into chest. Actually touch the chest. So you feel that stretch into the very back of the neck. And then roll your left ear over to your left shoulder. Stretch through the right side. And go once more each side. So back through center. Right ear, right shoulder. Stretch the left side of the neck. Back through center. Left ear, left shoulder. And then from there, just lift the head all the way up. Take the hands behind the lower back. Interlace your fingers, open across the chest, slide the shoulder blades back and down, collarbones wide. So really trying to open across the chest. Really stretching chest, upper ribs. You can lift the chin as well if you like to open through the throat. You've spent the whole day looking down at a screen. Give yourself a chance to just open there through the throat. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Let that go. Move your hands over to all fours. Step back into all fours, sorry. So hands and knees. Take a breath in, look forwards, open the chest. As you breathe out, really push into the hands, arch and round through the spine. Inhale, look forwards, nice big breath in. Exhale, arch and round. When you look forwards, I want you to make sure that feels strong through the back of the body. So as you look forwards, you're actually trying to pull the shoulders down the back. Feel that squeeze through the back of the shoulders, low back muscles, the big muscles that run up the spine. And then exhale, arch and round. So strengthen through the back as you look forwards. Strengthen through the front as you arch and round. One more each way. Strengthen through the back as you look forwards. Strengthen through the front as you arch and round. Now from that rounded position, tuck your toes. Stretch back into downward facing dog. Heels pushing away. Pedal through the feet. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Relax the head. Give the head a little shake. Nod yes. Real side to side no. Walk your feet in towards your hands. Forward fold. Your fingertips are on the floor, so don't need to be flat to the hands. You can just have your fingertips down. Keep the right fingertips on the floor. Lift your left arm up to the sky. And maybe at the same time, start to straighten your left leg. If your hamstrings are quite tight, that left leg might not go fully straight, and that's absolutely fine. You can keep a softness to that left knee. Slowly bring the left hand down. Reach your right arm up to the sky, and at the same time, you straighten the right leg. So the arm that lifts up, that's the hamstring that you're really focusing the stretch around. And then bring it back. You've got two more each side. Excuse the noise whilst I just shut the windows because I'm conscious the traffic's getting quite loud. So you go twice each side. I'll just wait in a forward fold. So you join us when you've done that to both sides. And then your fingertips are to the floor. Trust yourself to take the weight into the toes. So rock your weight forwards into the toes. You'll feel quite an intense stretch through the hamstrings. Maybe the heels start to lift. Think about lifting your hips up towards the sky. And then soften, bend the knees. Roll up through the spine. Pull the waist in. Slowly rising up. As you rise up, wriggle your feet together, close the gap between the feet, reach your arms up towards the sky, lift through the chest, take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, squeeze the knees together, engage from the knees to the pelvis, wrap the waist in, reach the fingertips long, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. You're here for 3 more breaths. If you want something strong, rise onto the tips of your toes so you're on the balls of the feet. It's a bit stronger through the lower body. 2, 1. Rest your heels, forward fold, take it down, relax the head, neck, shoulders. Breathing in. Breathing out. Push into the hands, step it back, downward facing. Pull in through the waist. Lift through the knees, the thighs, if your legs are straight. If your knees are soft, just think about pulling in through the waist. Take your right leg up to the sky, big inhale. Hold it up there, an extra breath, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bring that right knee into the chest and step your right foot forwards. Rest your back knee down. Lift the arms up to the sky. Big tuck of the tailbone, so strong through the pelvis. Really try and tuck under to feel that pull through the left thigh. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. 1 more big breath. And exhale. Slowly take both hands down inside of your right foot. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee off the floor. Turn your left toes out to the side. Right hand stays down. Left arm lifts up. Breathe in. Breathe out here. Breathe in. And breathe out. Big breath in. And out. 1 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Strong breath in yoga is what builds some heat. So if you're feeling super, super hot, don't worry about these huge, big, powerful breaths. Maybe breathe a little bit softer. And then bring your right hand down. Step back to a plank position. So find a nice strong plank, reaching forwards through the crown of the head, active on the balls of the feet. Lower all the way down for 3, 2, 1. Find the floor, point the toes, lift your feet and lift your chest. Engage your glutes. So really try and squeeze through the back of the hips. Lift the feet higher. Squeeze and engage. Reach the toes further back. And then exhale, let it go. Toes tuck. Take it back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Left leg high. Inhale, kick that left heel up. Take an extra breath. So just think about the length through that left heel. Can you squeeze and engage your left glute? Bring your left knee in and step your left foot forwards. Rest the back knee down. Point the back toes. Inhale, lift the arms. Tuck your tailbone. So pull the waist in, tuck your tailbone under. So there's a strong stretch through the front of the right hip. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. 1 more breath. Exhale, hands come down inside of your left foot. Tuck the back toes, straighten your back leg. Right toes turn out, foot is flat. Lift your left arm up to the sky. Where your right arm sits against the inside of the left thigh and the left knee, you can almost push, use it as a lever to help you open the chest more, facing to the right side of the room or looking up to face the ceiling. And then bring that right hand down. Pivot on the ball of the back foot. Lift your left arm up. Inhale, breath. Exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And out. One more breath. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Step back again to your plank position, so make it strong. Rise onto the balls of the feet, a bit further forwards with the shoulders, the upper body. Lower down for 4 this time. 3, 2, 1. Find the ground, point the toes, lift your chest, squeeze the shoulders back, gaze forwards, glutes engage as well. Exhale, lower. Toes tuck, knees bend, slide it back into downward facing. Big breath in. Big breath out. Right leg goes high. Lift that right leg up. Now, all you're going to do with the left hand, slowly walk it off the mat to the left side of the room. So we just change up the balance a little. Now, very welcome to stay here. That's still a balance. Push into the right hand, ground through the left foot. Or second option, a little more challenging, you try and lift that left hand off the floor. Don't worry if you wobble, you just come back in. Breathe. 2, 1. Walk that left hand back to where it started. Bring your right knee into the chest and step. Inhale, lift, high lunge. Exhale, soften the back knee. Wrap in around the waist, tuck the tailbone under. Going into that front thigh, so you try and find a right angle at the back of this right knee. Instead of sitting up here, try and take yourself down into the depth of that right thigh so you feel the work. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more breath. Exhale, warrior 2. Arms are wide. Amend or change through the feet as you need. Push down into the feet. Pull in through the thighs. So both inner thighs, I want you to kind of imagine this idea of pulling back into the pelvis. So although you're pushing down into the feet, there's this feeling of pulling in towards the pelvis. And we're going to feel that more as you push into the front foot, straighten the front leg, and then go deeper. Straighten the front leg, engage through the inner thighs, and then go deeper. 3. And bend into that right knee deeper. 2. Bend into that right knee deeper. Last one. Bend into that right knee deeper. Oh, I'm sorry, Vanessa, if that's sore on the knee, I didn't think. Right hand comes down, fingertips touch the floor, left arm lifts up and then keeps going and reaches over the head to the front of the room. So you have a big long stretch through that left side. I don't have much weight through my fingers. I could almost lift that hand out of the way. I'm very lightly resting the fingers to the floor there. 2, 1. Allow that left hand to come down. Turn and lower your left knee to the floor. Reach your hands a little bit further forwards. In. So relax the back of the head, neck and shoulders. Pull in around the waist. Move forwards through the left hip. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more big deep breath. And exhale. Walk your hands back and take that right knee back next to your left knee. Arch and round through the spine, so like cat-cow, arching and rounding. And then instead of going forwards and back, full big circles through the spine. So lots of movement, rounding all the way through the spine, pulling the waist in, mobilizing all the way round, moving as much as you can, hips, spine, shoulders. 2, 1, we pause that one at the top and then we go the other way, nice and slow and controlled. You don't need to rush. Doesn't matter if the circles you're drawing aren't uniform. Don't look like the circle you drew before. Just wriggle and move as much as you can. Open things out, make some space. Get one more big rotation. And bring it back. Tuck your toes. Stretch back and uplift into downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Take your left leg high up to the sky. Breathe in. Keep that left leg lifted. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Then bring, oh no, keep it up. Sorry, forgot something. Wriggle your right hand out to the side. So you've changed the shift, you've changed where you're balancing from. So you either keep that right hand down by the side or you see if you can lift the right hand off the floor. Might be better on one side than it is the other. 3, 2, 1, bring it down and bring that left knee into the chest. Step the left foot forwards, rise up, high lunge, breathing in, breathing out. Soften your back knee so you can wrap in through the waist, tuck the tailbone under, find the depth in that left knee. So you're working and challenging that left thigh, holding it here, breathing. Maybe soften the shoulders a little if you feel tense in the shoulders. Warrior 2, open it out. Adjust the feet, you can move them around. Breathe in, straighten that front leg. Think about pulling through the inner thighs. Exhale, bend again into that left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Left fingertips come down to the inside of the left foot. Right arm reaches up and then right arm goes long overhead. Big side stretch and really not too much pressure through those left fingertips. Light in the touch. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more big deep breath. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Slowly turn and lower your right knee down to the floor. Reach your hands a bit further forwards and bow the head in. Breathe. Exhale. One more. And let it go. Walk your hands back in, taking that left knee back next to your right knee. Both toes pointed back, just have a seat. Hips to heels, rest the hands onto the thighs. Take a moment to just settle the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And then take the arms out to the side. So stretch the arms nice and wide. And then wrap your right arm underneath your left arm. Eagle wrap. So you can grab your thumb or you can grab your wrist, whatever is available. And you're going to inhale here, look up, extend through the spine. Exhale round and pull your elbows in towards your waist. Inhale, lift. Open. Exhale round and pull in. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale round and pull in. Last one, lift. Round and pull in. Then release your arms out to the side. Nice big breath. And we go the other way. So exhale, take your left arm underneath right. Wrap your arms. Breathe in, look up, open the chest. Breathe out, round. Pull the waist in, arch through the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. And release. Take the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers. Now open across the front of the chest. So pull your hands back. At the same time, rise up to your shins. Take the knees about hip width apart, toes point back. Actively tuck the tailbone under. So just be conscious you're not sticking the bum back. Tuck under, really open through the chest. 3, 2, 1. Release, take the arms up to the sky. Lift up as if you're trying to reach for the ceiling. And then slightly arch back. So just creating lots of space in the chest and the shoulders. So really do lift up rather than taking that into the lower back. Think about lifting through the chest, opening through the chest and shoulders. Exhale, take your hands all the way down to the floor. Tuck your toes. Take it back into downward facing dog. Big breath in. And big breath out. Big breath in. And big breath out. Look towards your hands. Right foot, big step to the outside of the right hand. So it's a big step off the mat. Turn your left toes to the left side of the room. And you're coming into that low Skandasana. It's like a low half squat. So this right leg is squatting. I'm lifting my left toes. Fingertips are down on the floor. So they're my support. Try and keep the spine as long as possible. I know when you're new, it seems quite hard to lift up through the chest. You can push down into the fingertips to help you find that lift. And then if you want, right fingertips reach to the top center of the mat. Left arm lifts up, chest opens. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Make sure that left leg is strong. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Slowly bring your hands back and take yourself back into downward facing dog. Close the eyes and just notice how both legs feel inside of the legs compared to one another, outside of the hips, side of the waist. Big breath. Exhale. Left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Right toes turn out. And then you bend more into that left knee, right toes lift. Right leg is straight. My fingertips are on the yoga mat. I'm trying to lift through the crown of my head, trying to keep my spine nice and straight, trying not to let that left knee fall in too much. Maybe left fingertips reach to the top and the middle of the mat, and your right arm comes up to the sky. Breathe in. Right thigh is bulging, so right thigh is really lifting to protect the right knee. Hand down. Make your way back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bend and soften the knees. Walk your feet and your hands together, forward fold. In that forward fold, bend your knees so you are touching belly to thigh, and then your forearms go down the back of your calves. So I'm trying to almost wrap my elbows round and reach down to my ankles. Try not to look forwards, look into the shins. So you have this nice, small, compact shape. We're here for 3. Pull yourself into it more. 2, 1. Let the arms go heavy. Pull in around the waist. Slowly roll up to standing. Take your time. Breathing in and out as you roll all the way up. So you might take a few breaths. Stand nice and tall. Open across the chest. Palms face forwards. Lift through the crown of the head. Try and think about space across the collarbones and the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. And you're going to lift your right knee. If you know you can really easily hook around the first two big toes, you go there. If not, just take your hand to the inside of the right knee. Left hand can come to the left waist and slowly open that right hip. If you have the toes, by all means, you move the foot, but also this is fine. So you decide. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. If you do have the toes, you're swapping, so there's a bend in the knee. And then you reach your left arm up to the sky. Take your right hand to your right hip this time. Left hand comes outside of your right knee. Reach your right arm back, so there's a standing twist. Control your balance. Push into the left foot. 2, 1. Come back to center. Both hands to the waist. With that right knee bent, I'm just going to go sideways so you can see. With that right knee bent, keep the bend, lean forwards and kick back and up behind you. So like a dancer, but we're not using our hands. So you're trying to kick up towards the sky without the hands. So you have to use the hamstring and the glute. Now I want you to reach your arms up to the sky. Holding that shape. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Step your right foot down. Forward fold. Let the body go forwards. Breathe in. And breathe out. Push into your right leg. Lift your left leg up and back. So fold the body forwards. Bow the head in. Push into the right foot. Lift the left heel. And then step both feet together. And roll up to standing. Pulling in through the waist. Rising up. Left knee into the chest. So hand inside of the left knee, right hand on the right waist, or if you're hooking the toe, you hook the toe. Take that left knee out to the side. And what I want you to notice is you don't see my left hip stick back. So almost imagine that you're in this line here and you can't move. So you see my knee doesn't go all the way out because then my body would rotate. Trying to keep my chest facing forwards. 2, 1, bring it back to center. Left hand to the left hip, right arm up to the sky, big breath. Right hand outside of your left knee. And then reach your left arm back. So a twist in stages, you're pushing into that right foot. Breathe in. And out. Come back to center, both hands to the waist. Keep that left knee bent. Take the leg behind you as you lean forwards, try and keep the chest open. So you're coming into that dancer shape. You see people do it now where they hold their foot and you realize how hard it is. But I want you to use that left hamstring, use the left glute, then reach your arms up to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly place your left foot down. Fold the body all the way forwards. Hands come to the ground. Take a breath. And then push into your left foot. Reach your right leg back and up. Balancing on your left leg. Folding the body forwards. Breathe. Exhale. 2. Exhale. Last one. Exhale, step back into a downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out to your plank. Heels to the left, toes to the right. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Hold that plank shape. Just try and shorten the left side waist so you'll feel the hips lift slightly. Find that engagement through the left side. So just trying to hold in through the left. Breathe. 2. Nice and smooth control as you swap to the other side. So go as slowly as you can, right hand down. Heels go to the right, toes go to the left. Squeeze that right side waist and lift your left arm up. You're shortening that right side now. So pull in through the right side. Find that strength in the right. Breathe. 2, 1. Slowly bring your hand down. Take it back into downward facing dog. Walk your feet and your hands in. Easy forward fold. Relax through the head, the neck, and the shoulders. Chance to practice a balance. If you don't want to, take it back into a child's pose. That's where we'll meet. If you do, bring your toes together. So my toes touch and then my hands are wide. So I have a triangle from my feet to my hands. Then I'm trying to keep my hips as high as possible. So try not to come low down. Keep the hips high. Rise onto the toes. Start to bend the elbows. So now I have a shelf that my knees can come onto, but my hips stay high. So hips are high. And then practice lifting one foot and then the other. And one time you just practice lifting both. Just play with it. The worst bit is the discomfort on the triceps when it's new. So you are forwards, hips have to be high, and you have to have a big enough bend in the elbows that you can actually rest the knees on. If I'll come off your wrist, that's quite a lot, so give them a shake. Just going to demonstrate like common errors here. So what people often do is they're here and there's nowhere for the knees to see, like my knees can't catch on to anything. It's like they would slide straight down. So people go out with the knees. I want you to go on. So to go on, you have to bend the elbows. Okay, and rest your knees into a child's pose. And if you want to sit up and just give your wrists a roll. So that's quite wristy. So just give them a shake out. Maybe okie dokie or Coca-Cola, whatever it is, through the wrists. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And then hands down, we'll all stretch back into downward facing dog. We're going into pigeon. So I want you to bring the left knee to the left side of the mat and the shin comes across. And then here, the biggest mistake people make is that left knee is in the middle of the mat. I want you to make sure that knee has gone out to the left side. Shin does not have to be parallel. Slowly walk your right knee back until you're at a place where you can rest through that right thigh. And then you come down to your elbows. The head bows in and you soften across the back of the shoulders, the head and the neck. Big breath. Exhale. Big breath. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. If you want a little bit more here, lift up to your hands. So it's not stronger, it's just a twist option. Your left hand stays there and your right hand threads underneath the left. So that's my right arm going underneath the left arm. Rest onto my right shoulder. I then use my left hand as a pillow for my head. Sometimes coming into that twist helps you to bring the right hip further forwards and down. Nice and easy, big twist into the outside of the left hip. Okay, then slowly come up out of that. So you want to rise up to the hands. Take your time sending the left leg back. So don't force that left leg straight. Have a gentle walk on the spot. It's a lot of flexion through the knee, so you then don't want to force that knee straight. Bring your right knee to behind the right wrist, and you can see better this side. Oh, maybe you can't. I don't know how hard it is to see black on the blue. My knee is right over to the edge of my mat, and then I'm going to walk that left knee back, point my left toes, and then fold down to my elbows. Look down to the mat. And then one thing I want you to do here, or not do, should I say, I'm going to have to get you to do it to look at me, but what a lot of people do is come down into something like pigeon and then look to see what's going on. And so if you could see, if I take my hair out of the way, if you then look up and see what's happening, it's a real horrible, like 90-degree kink in the back of your neck. So wherever possible, I want you to think about always keeping a nice long neck. So not add, it's like kinking a hose pipe, but you can buy hose pipes probably for about £20, but you can't buy new necks. So think about that. Every time you bend your neck is kind of like kinking the hose pipe. And eventually you'll kink it and it'll stress a little bit. Same with your lower back. Think about your spinal column as a hose pipe. And then if you want to twist here, you're rising up onto your right hand, threading your left arm under, resting on your left elbow, and then, as I did on the other side, I use that right hand as a little pillow. Quite nice, because now your right heel should almost massage your tummy a bit, because you'll be breathing and expanding the belly, and it will push against the heel. Two, one. Slowly come back up. This time you don't need to go back into downward facing dog. We're just going to roll onto that right hip. Take your legs out in front of you and give them a little bit of a shake. Now, I don't know who has blocks. If you have blocks, grab them. This will be a little bit hard if you don't have blocks. You'll still get some of the exercise. It just won't be as easy. So my blocks are just to the side of my thighs. So my hips finish here and they're just a little bit forwards. I'm going to push down into my blocks and try and lift my seat off the floor. Now my feet are staying down for now. If you don't have blocks, it's going to be a bit harder because you're not as long in the arms, but just push and you might be able to lift a bit of the weight. Depends on your arm to torso ratio, but give it a go anyway. Just push down and lower, push and lower. Just make sure you're pushing and you're not keeping scrunched up here. I want you to push and almost use it as a way to lengthen the neck. Okay, now give the wrist a little bit of a shake. Next stage, we push down into the bricks, push down, lift a leg, lift the other leg. I should be able to lift both legs, but I can't. Just keep alternating. 3, 2, 1. Rest that down. Reach your arms up to the sky. Big breath in. Big breath out, forward fold. Don't worry about how far you get, but wherever you get to, I want you to rest the hands, rest the elbows. Let the body round forward. So it doesn't have to be this strong, super deep forward fold. Just let your body round forwards. Breathe. Exhale. In breath. And out breath. In and out. One more. Exhale. Okay. Now rise up, similar to where we just went, but you're going to bend your knees. Push down into your blocks. Lift your hips. So if you don't have blocks, you would just come into a tabletop here. But you see I lengthen my arms by using the blocks. Now, when the hips come back down, try and send them back, keep them off the floor. Bring it through, bend the knees. Open through the front of the body. Take the hips back and through. Hover. 2. Take it back and through, hover. Last one. And rest. Knees out. Palms face up, so hands are super relaxed. Bow the head forwards. Palms are soft. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. 2. 1. Slowly roll up and take it all the way back down to the floor. So round your spine down. Just move your blocks out of the way if they are in the way, still to the side. Take them out. You'll lie down on your back, bring your left knee into the chest, stretch your right leg out, kick your left leg up to the sky. So I'm holding behind the back of my left thigh. That right foot is totally relaxed. So almost let the right toes turn out so that foot's just floppy to the side, and pull that left leg in, but be passive. So don't force that left leg as strong as you can. There's a softness to that left leg, so it's almost easier to pull in. Want it to feel like it's easy. So maybe you rock side to side, and that helps you almost bring the left thigh slightly closer to the body. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Bend your left knee, right hand on the left knee, left arm out to the side. Guide that knee across. Take a nice big twist. Look over to the left. If you want, it may or may not be available. You can slide that right hand down and hold the outside of your left foot. Some of you might be able to kick that left leg away. You don't have to, just brings a good stretch into the ITB, so the outside of the left thigh. I'm still trying to hold that left shoulder down. Will you just stay with the twist? Breathe in. Breathe out. If you have got a hold of that left foot, I want you to bend your bottom knee. And if you have bent that bottom knee, your left hand now is going to reach for the right foot. So you're in a bit of a pretzel shape. Breathe. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 1. This is where it's handy to be with a teacher, because they can tell you if you're close to being able to grab your foot and give you a bit of a hand, but literally give you a hand. Excuse the pun. Okay, slowly release. And then take that left leg all the way down to the bottom of the mat. Just lie onto your back. Give both feet a little bit of a shake out. And just notice how both sides feel. One side feels a little bit different to the other. Okay, bring your right knee into your chest. I'm just going to spin around so that I can do this. So right knee in, and then you're stretching the right hamstring. So left leg is relaxed out, right leg is lifting up, but there's a softness. That leg is not forcing itself up. Don't ever want to overstretch the hamstrings. It's not fun. It's not pretty. It's not pleasant. And it's a super common yoga injury because our egos take over and we want to stretch and get as deep as we can into things, but it's honestly one of the most nasty injuries to recover from. It's really not worth it. Bend the right knee, left hand, left knee, Right arm out. You take that twist, you let the knee come across. And then for some of you, some of you will stay there. Others, that left hand reaches for your right foot and you kick that right foot away. So you lengthen the right leg. You might be able to do it on one side and it might not be happening on the other side. That's okay. We're all a little bit wonky. If you have straightened that left leg and you want to bend if you have straightened the right leg and you want to bend your left knee, you can take your right hand, reach down your left foot and hold on. You don't have to, just an option. Okay. If you did take that option, you can slowly release. And wherever you were, we're going to slowly take that right leg down to the bottom of the yoga mat, finding Shavasana. So extend the legs, give the legs a little bit of a shake, let the feet fall out to the side. Hands can rest on the belly, or if it's more comfortable, take them out to the side or down by the side. Your choice. Breath in, breath out. All the way in, all the way out. And I want you to make lips like you're trying to whistle. And breathe in and out through that whistle shape. Should draw in a nice cooling breath. Doesn't work for you, just let it go. Breathe normally. I find it brings quite a cooling breath to the practice. Easy breath. Relaxed all the way up from the feet to the knees, to the hips, to the lower back, shoulders, back of the head and the neck. Relaxed around the eyes, soft around the jaw. Take a big deep breath. And exhale. The gentlest of movement into your fingers and into your toes. Carefully roll your wrists and roll your ankles. Nice big stretch, arms overhead. Long full body stretch. Bring your knees in. Gently, slowly move. Don't rush. We've just really nicely cooled the body down. So keep everything nice and steady, nice and calming. And come up, find a seat. Sat tall, waist is wrapping and pulling in. Bring the hands into prayer, heart center. Bow your chin into your chest and thank yourself for taking time to come and practice this evening. Well done, because it's hot.